Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to get this interview series started. I feel so inspired to do this Quiet Voice, Big Impact interview series because I know so many other introverted leaders who are really doing their thing, and I just really wanted to create this platform to help showcase them and show examples of other introverted leaders who are owning their quiet voice and their fierce power and really building their brand in a way that feels true to them, like where they're embodying who they are from the inside out and really making an impact in a way that feels right and true. So I'm super excited about today's interview. But before I introduce her, I just wanted to give you a brief introduction of who I am, just in case you don't know who I am. I'm Jennifer Dawn Gabiola of dawningsoul.com. And I really love helping introverted leaders, like I said, own their quiet voice and their fierce power to build brands that make a big impact. I do this through design and through personal presence and style and all the marketing materials, because I really feel like when you tap into the essence of who you are, then your brand becomes a natural extension of you. And you can be a quiet leader. You can express who you are from the inside out in a way that where you don't have to change who you are, but you're just fully expressing who you are in a way that feels right and like true to you. And the more you do that, I really feel like you are going to be undeniably magnetic because you are feeling yourself. And so that's why I really wanted to do this interview series to show other examples of women, other quiet leaders who are unapologetically owning who they are without this pressure to feel more extroverted or anything like that, and really building their business in a way that feels organic and real. So I'm so thrilled to share this first interview with my dear friend, Jaleh Zandieh.
Hi, thank you so much, Jen, for having me.
Yes, she is my sister from a different mister. We've known each other for a couple years now, but our connection is like, it's wild. It's just like, you feel like you know someone for a long time, but you've really, in time-wise, you really haven't known each other that long, but there's just like a divine connection. So I'm very grateful that Jaleh is here with us today, sharing really her gift. I'm going to have her introduce herself, but I just want to give you a heads up that her genius, her work in the world is called hip-hop meditation. Hip-hop meditation, okay? It's like super dope, and I can't wait for you to hear more about her impact on the world. So welcome, Jaleh!
Oh, thank you so much, Jen. I love you. I love your work. I love all that you do and how you do it and who you do it for. So it's my pleasure to support you. And I think it's really amazing. Yeah. So hi, my name is Jaleh Zandieh, and yes, like Jen said, I created hip hop meditation about 10 years ago. It's been this like work in progress since I was a little girl, because it's really honoring the two cultures that helped to save my life. And it's just my pleasure to share a modality. It's a type of, it's just a really cool technique to help you get deeply the most connected to yourself, to your superpowers, to bust through blocks or fears, to really get to the essence of who you are, so that you can move feeling free, you can move feeling confident, and really just the most authentic, real version of yourself, where you feel really comfortable in your own skin and just at home, wherever you are or whatever situation is going on around you. So my vision is just to have the highest amount of women all over the world to feel completely tapped into their superpowers, so that they can have healthy, happy hearts and really just be empowered, because everyone wins when women are well. Yeah. So it's really amazing. And so I really like creating atmospheres and experiences for people to get rid of the or and welcome to the land of and, where they can be this part of themselves and another part, and just keep expanding into more possibilities. Mm-hmm. So all about the land of and I think hip hop meditation, just the name, and the everything about it is letting go of the or just choosing one thing or fitting into one box. I don't think that that's where we have to be.
Yeah. I love that you use work to help women tune into their heart. I think that's so important. And can you just curious, I'm sure there's going to be people wondering, like, why did you choose hip hop music to incorporate with the movement and the meditation?
Thank you. Yeah, well, it's the first musical genre that I grew up with. It was just always a part of my life. I don't remember not knowing about it. It was just the way I grew up and the community I grew up in. I was sort of embraced and adopted in a very beautiful way. So it was the type of music and it's the culture and it's the community that allowed me to feel most accepting of myself. In the moments where I didn't feel like I was really in a place where I belonged or I feel acceptance of myself.
Yeah.
And, hip hop culture, the community it comes in is deeply rooted in self-acceptance, in truth, in shining a light on things that need to be spoken and expressed. So everything about it, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. Everything about it helped me feel alive.
Yeah.
And no longer like I needed to hide or downplay who I was or what I was about or where I came from.
Yeah.
I was accepted.
Yeah.
And also it's the music that is most in time and in rhythm with your heartbeat.
I love that.
Every culture in the world, I've lived in 4 countries so far in the world. Every single place I've traveled to or lived, hip hop is the rhythm. It's the beat that's in movies. Is the most universally beloved because of how honest and real it is.
Yep. It's the rhythm of life, for real.
It is. It came from a very sacred group of people, but it's being shared and it is having a very profound impact on, like, globally, like on culture, on fashion, in so many ways, not just in a superficial way, in a very profound way.
Yeah.
And I wanted to just shine a light, and combining it with another word, hip hop meditation, is to really remind people that it is sacred and the people it comes from are sacred and extremely, extremely valuable and precious to the world. So
I love it. Thank you for sharing that. You light up when you talk about it, and as you were talking, I got goosebumps too. So I feel like you're the perfect person to bring this to the world because, hip hop, the culture, the music, it instinctively speaks to your heart. But the way you deliver it is very powerful because you're so kind. You're really the kindest person I've ever met. And so to have that sense, you create the sense of safety for people with the sense of power. I think that's that's incredible. How can you not impact and heal people's lives in that way, Which is a good segue for my next question. What does it mean to you to be a quiet leader?
I love this question. I think some people are just by nature a little bit more on the quiet side, or very sensitive or in tune. They're really good listeners. And I think, so the definition I give to leader is someone who stands for something and helps other people become even better versions of themselves, that inspires and leads by example, not wanting to just steal the spotlight or have a lot of attention. So I think being a leader is a power position of service.
Yes.
And it's a very humble posture of learning how to inspire people and how to walk the walk. And maybe do a little talking, but I don't really think it's needed to do a whole lot of talking when you're just living and modeling.
You're being it. Yeah.
Yeah, just being the essence of that value or that quality or that characteristic. So I think quiet leaders are just people who, in their design or in their nature, choose to be a human representation of these qualities. And by example, lead and inspire other people to figure out how do they do it in a real and honest way, being their own selves. So nobody's copying anyone else. It's just, we all have these qualities in us.
Yes.
We can activate them. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes just seeing someone else modeling them gives me permission. Oh yeah, I think I got a little bit of that. Let me see how that would come out today.
Yeah, I love that. I love your answer. So poetic. I love that you talk about, it's just about embodying. Like introverts, you know, we don't always want to talk, but we know that our vibe really speaks for us too sometimes, you know? So really tuning into that. I love that you talked about that, because it's very important.
Thank you. I think there's one thing to talk a lot, and I think there's something else to express.
Yes. Ooh,
And
good point. Good point.
You know, so I don't necessarily have to do a whole lot of talking as long as I express something true and honest and real.
Yeah.
And connect that with another person so that they feel it. So yeah.
Okay, you are so flowing with my questions, because my next question is about how do you express your personal presence as an introvert? Because sometimes people think, oh, you know, you have to be really loud, or she's quiet and I don't really notice her. So how do you express that personal presence as an introvert?
That's so cool. I love that question, Jen. You're so good at answering really cool questions.
I'm like the Barbara Walters. Oprah. No, just kidding. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think presence is, again, this embodiment. And I think some of what I feel is my personal presence is to feel deeply connected to what is true and honest and real for me. So like something that I can really be excited about and move into and move with. There's this really cool feeling that happens after a hip hop meditation, and usually it happens after I do a hip hop meditation, where I feel so connected and so alive that everything I do after that seems to just flow and I don't have to think. Mm-hmm. Every time I start overthinking something, I actually have to tell myself, okay, I'm going to stop now, because my mind is no longer able to really tap into the answer. It's not the key that I need right now to open the door to the solution. So I'm going to stop and actually just practice a hip hop meditation myself and ask for a different insight to come. And it always happens. It always happens. So I think expressing my personal presence is being able to be quiet when I want to, being able to express when I feel inspired to, do the actions that I feel inspired to do and really resonate with, letting go of the words should or have to is a big thing, so that it's more of letting go and thinking, who can I be today, or what can I practice today that's in alignment with my goal? And usually after that, and then having a little bit of time for movement and then bridging to stillness, which is what hip hop meditation helps you with, that stillness, a new insight comes. And it's just doesn't have to be forced. It can actually just come in a more organic, natural way. And then I can trust it because it feels good. And it actually, I feel in harmony with it.
Okay, cool. So personal presence to you is about tuning into your heart and then giving yourself permission to express in a way that feels in alignment with that.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Thank you. You're very good at making it concise.
I just like to help summarize it, because I feel like that makes it more doable, because it's really about tuning into yourself, right? As an introvert, you need quiet time every day to recharge. So really nurturing yourself and giving yourself that quiet time, and then feel into that, and then take action based on that. That's really how, because when you're feeling yourself, I always say this, when you are feeling yourself for real on the inside, people will feel you. You don't have to talk all the time, you know? People can just read you based on your vibe. I mean, it's really amazing. Your energy says a lot. Whether you're an introvert or extrovert, your energy says a lot.
Yeah. I love what you're saying. And I think the other part of that, maybe the root of that, goes back to making sure that we're being honest with ourselves and really trusting our gut before we do something. Really tuning in and making sure, am I doing this because someone else is telling me to do it? Or am I just following the trends and it's not really something I'm in harmony with at all? Like really like trusting our gut, like going really deeply and kind of thinking, maybe it's okay if I do something a little bit differently. I don't have to recreate the wheel, but I have to make sure that I'm honoring that gut feeling.
Yes.
Intuition is really important.
And not being hard on yourself too, because sometimes you may take an action, it may not turn out the way you want. Still giving yourself that compassion and kindness and patience, like, oh well. It's like almost like a game. It's like, this worked or this didn't work, but not like, oh, you suck, this didn't work. You know, it's that judgment that really causes us extra stress and extra pain, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Awesome. So my next question is,
yes.
I have seen so much like inner shifts happen over the past year. And I wanted to share, like last year you attended and mentored at our Quiet Voice Big Impact retreat.
Oh, I loved it. It was so
I know.
fun.
It was like, for real, like, okay, let me back up, let the audience know. So when Jaleh and I were planning the retreat last year, she asked me, Jennifer, how do you want it to feel? And it came like lightning, this phrase. I've never really used it before, but I said, I want it to feel like a slice of heaven. And she was like, whoa. I was like, I don't know where that came from. And like literally like during the retreat, it was around Halloween time, and we saw this costume. That's a Halloween costume. It was hilarious. It was like an adult costume of a guy, a dude, wearing a big big slice of pizza. And the name of the costume was Slice of Heaven. I even took a photo. It was wild. And so like the whole really like had so many unexpected synchronicities like that. Like, wow, it was wild. And so I knew that was divinely guided. So super excited to really share that experience again. But what I would love for you to share, Jaleh, is with the Quiet Voice Big Impact Retreat, how did it impact you and how you show up now in your life and your business?
I love this question. All right. I think there were two main ways. Like as an inner shift, it was so cool to have all these confirmations like day after day. It was 4 days and we kept getting these confirmations that we were creating a space where people were really having an incredible shift in like out of fear or expanding more into their heart or having more clarity or having more creativity and having more courage to express themselves in a way that felt really authentic. And so creating experiences, there were some live hip-hop meditations that you asked me to do that was really to align with the content and be supportive of the ladies who were participating. And when they told me how they were feeling and just look on their faces, but then when they expressed to me like how that was so integral, I just kept getting reinforced like, this is the work I should be doing. This is what I feel called to do. And it's so beautiful to have in real time to be feeling like you're exactly in the right place, exactly doing what you feel meant to do.
The blessing.
Yeah, you're having just so much fun and feeling completely authentic, like just being really me. Like I didn't have to stop being one version of myself. It was just me. However that is, like imperfectly perfect, just me. And so I'm really grateful for that and you giving me the space to support your tribe, like your ladies. They're really amazing. Each of them are so amazing. And also there was a moment of doing the photo shoot and actually getting to have a whole distinctive look that you put together for us. And this is one of the looks.
Look at that! Oh my God! Hello.
I mean, and the photographer Des, I mean, just amazing. And you putting the look together and the styling and me being completely free to actually, I was dancing to Alicia Keys when that photo was being taken. There was something about having a photo shoot that would normally make me feel quite nervous and a little bit self-conscious to be in front of the camera, because most of my work is helping people look good in front of the camera and I'm in the background. But to be put in front of the camera, I had to like that was a little bit of a shift. And so I did a hip hop meditation in front of everyone with my eyes closed and just completely connected to my heart. And I didn't remember in a moment that other people were around, and I just had to let go, and I just completely felt free.
Dude, can I share my testimony real quick? I'm getting
yes.
right now. Okay, people, this moment was like, I think one of the highlights. Like, this was not planned. Like, we planned the photo shoot, okay? But Jaleh was last, and she had her like dope outfit. She was looking all fierce, hair and makeup done. Alicia Keys is playing. I think it was "Girl on Fire," right?
Mm-hmm. Girl on Fire. Okay.
And then she closed her eyes, and she was feeling the music. The whole damn room fell silent. Really, it was like for a good at least 5-7 minutes. Okay, people were like really mesmerized because you could tell Jaleh was just easing into it, feeling the music, and then you could tell she was eventually like feeling her inner spirit. And then she went for it, started dancing just like on her card. She was like, it was like we were witnessing like her literally like freeing her spirit. It was just amazing. It was like, I cried, okay. People were just like, what is this? The whole room stopped, okay. And it was just that moment, I knew God was there. The whole experience, but that moment, for us to witness Jaleh, the sweet, kind, incredible human being, to feel that fucking free was incredible. Really, it was incredible, because then we're like, wow, like that did something for all of us in our spirit. Like, oh shit, we just witnessed this, and so that is the feeling. That's why, like, I feel grateful that Jaleh is going to also help mentor this year as well. But that's really why we just love this experience, because we've never seen it done in this way, where we are helping you really. When we say embody who you are from the inside out, from all the inner work, but doing it in a loving and a sacred way. And then to show up and to be supported, to show up in a way that you feel beautiful, but it's coming from a deep place and you feel fucking free. It is, I can't describe it. And it's so humbling to even hold the space for the women there. Mm-hmm. It's really indescribable. And like Jaleh was saying, it's just, to witness that, it's just, when you're being used for a higher purpose, it's incredibly humbling, really. So thank you for sharing that moment at the retreat, Jaleh, and for recreating that moment here. But really, it was very, very special, very special.
Thank you so much, Jen. It was my pleasure, really.
Yeah, and I've seen you grow so much, and I'm glad that the brand identity I did for you is really like people.
Oh, it's awesome.
They're feeling it when you give them your card.
I'm so excited when I give my card. There's always a reaction. They're like, "Oh, is that you?" Oh. And inside, I'm like, "Yeah, that is me. That's me.
Yeah,
that's me feeling totally free." And they're like, where was that? And I was like, I was dancing to Alicia Keys and feeling good. And so they snapped some photos of me.
Yeah, I love that, because I've always felt that vibe from you. So to create, to help with the photo shoot and then to create the identity, I was just like, it felt like God was really using me to help express your like fullest potential. Because I've always felt that, you have this kind, sweet side, this loving, generous side, but then you also have this grounded, like unshakable power. It's just like, god damn, so to have both, it's refreshing and it's powerful, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm so passionate about. Like, you can be quiet and fierce, you can be kind and sensitive and loving, intuitive, and then you can be like unstoppable, right? It's not just like you said, it's and you don't have to be one or the other.
Exactly. And it's funny because my last name is Zandieh, and is actually in my last name. I was like, it was there all along, right in front of my face. My last name actually has and in it. And wow. I was like, why was I thinking of or all this time? And then it kind of occurred to me, oh, when you look at something a different way, you see it.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I love it. Okay. So just a couple last questions. So can you share one tip to help our fellow introverts watching to help them really embody like who they are?
Embodying who you are. Yes, I think it's so essential and impactful and so important for every single person, no matter what race or nationality or whatever we identify with, what we were born with, what we were learning to do, anything about who we are. I think we're all a human being that should feel comfortable in our own skin.
Yes. Amen. Amen.
Yeah. Whatever, how light, whatever shade it is, whatever size we are, whatever place or accent we have, any practice that you can start to cultivate, and just starting in a very small way to mindfully get really connected to your heart and just feeling comfortable in your own skin. And this might come into like self-acceptance and like your worth and your value as a human being. There is nothing like feeling comfortable in your own skin. It's just so important, and really tuning into that part of you that is essential and priceless, because it's not like anyone else. I just think and whatever that looks like, if it's meditation, if it's a walk, if it's exercise, if it's cooking, if it's art, if it's anything that helps you really come back to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And feel okay in your body is so important.
I agree. And even if you don't know what lights you up, what I do when I feel stumped, I just ask God and life, please help me. Like I set an intention, like my intention is to learn how to be more loving to myself, be more self-accepting. God help me to see the situation the way you do. Like literally asking for guidance and then allowing it to come, because it's going to come. And I find when it comes, that's really when you're like, oh, do I really want this answer? But, if you ask for it, if you have this desire, you have the capacity to receive it. You do. So, just Jaleh and I just want to encourage you to know that the way you're built as an introvert, as a human being, really, is on purpose. You don't have to overcompensate or do anything more than you feel like you need to be accepted, because it really starts with you accepting yourself. When you accept yourself, other people will accept you, because you are in tune. People want to be around people who are just connected to something greater than themselves, Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay, so Jaleh, I know you're working on a bunch of exciting projects. So what are you working on now that you'd love to share with us, and where can people find you as well?
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm really excited. So people can find me on Facebook, my first and last name, my personal page, or you can go to Jaleh Zandieh Books, and that's my professional page. If you'd like to sign up for, I do these global hip hop meditation jams a couple times a month, so you can sign up for that and you can be invited, and it's like a complimentary gift. You can be my guest. And so probably Facebook is the easiest way to connect with me and ask me any questions or connect. And so right now I'm actually, tomorrow, June 2nd, I'm going to be launching my first book on Amazon.
Yay!
So it's going to be, it's really exciting. It's the best of what I've learned over the last probably like 15 years of how to take care of my heart, and how taking care of my heart and very practical strategies, but also some inner game mindset shifts of how to become so healthy in my heart that I could actually attract more, to be my best, but also to attract people who really love and cherish me, like my heartmate. And that's how I think that's how I met my husband, Alex, who's my best friend and just the most incredible person. So I wanted to just share with more women in the world to have a healthy heart and to know how to really cultivate certain power practices and just keep attracting more of what we do want, even if it's new or outside of our comfort zone or outside of what's familiar.
Yes.
Really good people can be attracted to us just by us being our best selves. Yeah. So it's called Write Your Very Own Love Story, how to successfully attract your heartmate. But it's all about your inner game.
Yeah. And heartmate meaning your partner, but also you being like your own heartmate, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It starts off with you loving yourself, because then you'll attract people that will reciprocate that.
Yeah, people who accept you and love you and cherish you for who you are and celebrate you being your brightest, most radiant,
Yeah.
not attracting more people who are perfectly fine seeing you struggle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's kind of like up leveling our life in a lot of really interesting and practical ways. So it's so you can check it out, and you can use the link that I'll be having on my Facebook page for a very special 99-cent offer.
Oh, all right.
For the first 7 days of the launch, and then after it's very might go up, but we'll see what happens. But check out my link on my Facebook page; you'll see it.
Okay.
And
Cool.
and you can share it with anyone who you think could use a little bit more of a compassionate kind of book written by women for women. Like it's not a lot of books can be quite critical of the person reading, and I'm so done with that. That is not at all what we need to be having more of, like women criticizing other women.
Yeah.
A love letter to my sisters around the world. So.
Yeah, I agree with that. And with like mentors, or especially yourself, there's no need for you to push yourself hard or bully yourself in order to grow or to succeed. Being kind to yourself, in being Jaleh's friend, I've learned that. But being kind to yourself is real strength, and you can go much further and deeper, like in your own heart and your own power when you are loving to yourself. I love that you're sharing this book.
Oh, thank you so much. It's my pleasure. Wow. And I'll be doing more videos about it on my YouTube channel that I'll be launching, and it's called Hip Hop Meditation, Welcome to the Land of And. So there'll be really short but really cool videos talking like about these different power practices and how to embrace and understand how do we tap into these ands, like being generous and also savvy and confident but really compassionate, and just a lot of ands that I think are very empowering for young women at any age to learn, and have a whole generation of young people who are completely thinking that that's normal, like that's actually going to be the new normal.
Yes, amen. Oh my God, yes.
Well, whole generation of mindfulness.
Yes. Well, I want to say, Jaleh, thank you so much for being here. I know that you're going to inspire a lot of women, especially other quiet leaders, to show how you are just really being unapologetic, but in a way that's very loving and kind. I think it's very refreshing to see someone that's just really themselves and okay with themselves and just like, I'm just going to do it. You know, it takes a lot of courage, but you're doing it in such a graceful, genuine way. So I appreciate you sharing your insights today.
Oh, thank you so much. I really loved being able to connect with you and your audience. Thank you so much.
Yay! Yay, Jaleh! Okay, so for those of you that would want more support to feel more confident, to put yourself out there, I know it can be scary and overwhelming to be more visible. I wanted to share a free gift for you, just some free tips to help you be more visible, especially to be consistently visible. So if you go to dawningsoul.com/free visibility tips, you'll get some helpful tips that I've learned over the years to really help you, especially if you're an introvert, to feel grounded and safe to share your voice and really make an impact. And if you want to stay connected, like in real time, you can find me and Jaleh at my private Facebook group called Quiet Voice Big Impact Community. So you just join, and then we're there like every day. So it's really important that you feel accepted, and that's the reason why I created the space, that it feels like a safe and sacred space for everyone to express their quiet voice and really build their life and their brand in a way that feels true and honest and sustainable. You know, just feel like it's life. This is the last thing I think maybe I'll end on is, I feel like the world is so focused on moving so fast, and it just feels like sometimes a lot of noise, And I feel like introverted leaders, quiet leaders, are being called to step forward to show examples of leadership where, you know, we can feel beyond the surface. We can feel in the deeper connections, sense beauty everywhere. I feel like that sense of connection, I feel like, is what people are really longing for and really seeking, just genuine connection. I feel like quiet, introverted leaders are really being called to step forward and show their power in a way that's loving and kind and sensitive, and helping other people go beyond the surface and build genuine connections so all of us can move forward together. That's really what I feel. So okay, yay. So we're going to continue this interview series. I have some other amazing women to be interviewing, but I just wanted to say thank you for watching this interview. I hope it was helpful for you. And I hope you were inspired by Jaleh. Jaleh inspires me all the time. So I look forward to connecting with you on the next interview. Okay, bye guys.
Bye. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.